Hello, Coach. My name is Matt Polinsky. I'm the head sophomore baseball coach at Notre High School in Niles, Illinois. I've been there for the last 10 years, and I'm also a physical education teacher at Evanston Township High School for the last 32 years. I'd like to talk to you today about Anthony Pope. Anthony was one of my players last year on the sophomore team. I had a privilege of coaching him. He had a great season. I'd also like to say that he has fine character. Very proud to have known this young man for a year. He's a very hard worker on the field. Off the field, he's a very good student. I believe he has a 4.35 average out of a 4-point, taking a lot of honors classes at Notre Dame High School. So as far as academics, Anthony will not have any problems with academics in college. He's a great student. On the field, he's, like I said before, he's a hard worker. He's done a lot of things that I've asked him to do. He's done some extra things as well during practice. So as far as Anthony's character, you should not find, I cannot think of another better person than Anthony. As far as on the field, and as far as characteristics of a baseball player, of the 5 tools, Anthony excels well in all 5. As far as running, he did a 6-minute mile for me last year. He stole 12 out of 15 bases during games last year. He scored 39 runs in the 29 games that he played. So when he was on the bases, he was doing pretty much what he was doing. As far as fielding, Anthony has an advantage. He was my starting catcher. He also can play the infield. He has very soft hands. I like the way he approaches the ball. As far as catching, he blocks the ball very well and took charge of the games for us on many a day. As far as throwing the baseball, Anthony has an above-average arm. With a little more training and physical work, I'm sure his arm can get stronger. But as an above-average arm, he did a very good job for us, throwing out a lot of ball players and a lot of stealers last year. His hitting, probably one of the strongest attributes in baseball for him. He did hit .523 for us. He had 46 hits, and 7 of which were extra base hits. He's a left-handed hitter. He was hitting in the second hole for me. The reason I had him because he was a great contact hitter for us. Very rarely struck out. I think he only struck out 3 times out of 88 times. He basically goes with the pitch. He hits a lot of balls to left field, hitting from the left side. And whenever I need him to hit and run, he was able to pull the ball. So he had a great year for us as far as hitting. And the last thing is power. He will get stronger. Like I said, he only had 7 extra base hits out of those 46 hits. But with his swing and having him develop his strength, I'm sure that his power will come on as he gets to be in junior and senior year. Finally, you should not have a problem with Anthony. He's, like I said, he's a great kid. He has great character. And if there's anything that I need to know, or that you'd like to know more about Anthony, you can please go ahead and call me. I'm available at the high school. And if there's anything I can do, I'd be happy to do that for Anthony. And it's been a pleasure coaching him. Thank you very much.
My name is Ryan Morrison. I recently coached Anthony Pope last summer on the 16U Illinois Indians travel team, and I'll be coaching him this upcoming summer on the 17U team. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Anthony as a baseball player is his overall athleticism and versatility. He excels both behind the dish and at second base, and it all comes back to his footwork. He's very quick. I wouldn't categorize him as a fast athlete, but he's quick and he has the ability to get his body in the proper positions. Defensively, I do not think I would have a problem sticking him anywhere in the infield, but overall he did play mostly second base for me when he wasn't catching. His primary position for me was catcher. Defensively behind the dish, he does a fabulous job receiving and blocking, very fundamental. His footwork's tremendous. Quick release. The one thing as far as catching, I think he would benefit from improving his arm strength, but his footwork, his release, it's all where it needs to be. In the field, great footwork once again. He has the ability to go get the ball laterally, but also you don't see him getting bad hops very often. He takes advantage of the ball. He goes and gets it. And when it comes down to it, when the game's on the line, I was more confident with him at second base than any other player on the field. He just has that ability to take charge of the situation when hitting, he takes the ball to the right field, the opposite field, better than anyone else on the team. When he's on, he has the ability to pull the ball. His weakness is sometimes the inside pitch, but like what I said is when he's on, he can take it to all fields. Probably his best attribute as a baseball player is his head. I think the same can be said with his academics. He's a hardworking kid, and on the field, whether it was him calling a game for me, which I didn't let many of my catchers do, whether it was him on the bases, him at the plate, he was always in the right position. He always had a good idea of what needed to be done, and he was a team player, whether it was laying down a bunt, whether it was forcing a ground ball to the right side to advance the runner. He had the ability to do so. So from having the mental side down, his biggest attribute, he's very athletic, he's versatile, and I think he'll only continue to improve, whether it's this summer and on to his college years. And I don't have a problem sticking him anywhere in the field. Obviously, he didn't play much outfield or anything, but he's a kid that he's just one of those kids that knows how to get it done, and I wouldn't have a problem putting him in any position. And I look forward to seeing what he can do this summer, and I know he's just going to continue to improve. He works hard, he puts in the extra time, and I always talk about it at practice with my guys, is those guys that get their work in when a coach isn't looking at them, when their parents aren't telling them they have to do this, those are the guys that are going to excel. And he is one of those kids. He's one of the guys that just wants to get after it, and he gets his work in when he needs to. And I'm pretty excited to see what he's going to do this upcoming summer.
I'm Dominic Savino. I was the assistant baseball coach at Notre Dame College Prep, and I've had the opportunity to work with Anthony over the past 3 baseball seasons. The more you watch Anthony Pope play the game of baseball, the more you're going to like him. Anthony's a young man who plays the game of baseball the way it's supposed to be played, with 100% effort. In getting to know Anthony over the past 4 years, what you'll find is he's an extremely coachable young man, has great respect for the game of baseball, and always gives it everything he has. Anthony's extremely talented as a defensive catcher. He receives well, blocks well, and throws. Does a very nice job throwing. What you'll also find, Anthony's a left-handed hitter, does a great job of handling the bat. He shows an ability to hit the ball the other way with 2 strikes. Also has the ability to turn on pitches as well. He's also a good man to hit and run, and shows the ability to bunt. And what's most impressive about Anthony, as good of a baseball player as he is, he's an even better person, an even better young man. And I can tell you that he'll be an asset to your college baseball program, and you'll be proud to have him as a member of your team.
Attaboy! Come on, get over! Get over! Bag on the bag! Attaboy! Hey, that's come on, pull, pull!
On the line. He's going to take them off.
Don't count on it.
Yes, he will. Look at it.
No, he won't. Here he goes. He will.